Okay, so get ready, because we're about to take a deep dive into, well, wellness, but with a twist.
Yeah, a bit of a surprising twist, right?
We're not just talking about, feeling good, though. That's definitely part of it.
It's about understanding the dangers lurking beneath the surface, specifically belly fat.
And, you might think, oh, belly fat, that's just about how my jeans fit, but
It goes way beyond the way your clothes fit.
We're talking about serious health risks. And here's the thing, it doesn't matter if you're overweight or not.
That's right. You can be relatively lean and still harbor dangerous levels of belly fat. It's all about where that fat is hiding.
So we're going to unpack all of that today using, well, a whole bunch of research we've got here.
And we're going to try to give you a shortcut to understanding those risks and, even more importantly, what you can actually do about it.
And there is good news, because the research actually lays out a 5-step framework to beat belly fat.
This isn't just some fad diet or a quick fix. This is science-backed stuff. We're talking about real, lasting change.
And get this, we're going to debunk some myths along the way, too, like that whole do a million crunches thing.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not that simple. Spoiler alert, a million crunches will not magically melt away the fat.
Instead, we're going to dig into real, sustainable lifestyle changes, from what you eat to how you move to get even the bacteria in your gut.
Oh, yeah, those tiny bacteria play a much bigger role than most people realize.
This would be fascinating. I'm already having aha moments just prepping for this deep dive. So let's jump right in. First things first, we need to understand the enemy.
Exactly. And to do that, we need to talk about the different types of fat lurking beneath the surface.
Lurking, I like that word. Sounds kind of ominous, right?
Well, some types of fat are definitely more sinister than others. We've got subcutaneous fat, which sits right under your skin. That's the kind you can pinch.
Okay, I'm familiar with that one.
And then there's visceral fat. This is the deeper, more insidious kind that surrounds your organs.
Ah, so that's the stuff that's hiding out, causing trouble where we can't even see it?
Precisely. And that's what makes it so dangerous. Think of visceral fat as a rogue actor in your body, wreaking havoc on your system.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Tell me more about this havoc. What exactly does visceral fat do that's so bad?
Well, it actually acts like an endocrine organ. It pumps out substances that disrupt your hormones and increase inflammation.
Hold on, you're telling me belly fat is basically acting like a separate organ. That's crazy.
It is. And that disruption sets the stage for a whole cascade of health problems. We're talking increased risk of diabetes, heart disease, even certain cancers.
Wow, okay, this is serious stuff. So even if I'm not overweight, I could still have this hidden threat impacting my health.
Absolutely. It's not just about the number on the scale. It's about way that fat is stored and what it's doing to your body.
Okay, I'm officially convinced. Belly fat is not something to mess around with. But how do I know if I'm carrying around too much of this visceral fat?
Well, there's a surprisingly simple way to assess your risk. And it starts with a simple question. Apple or pear?
Apple or pear, what do you mean?
Think about those classic body shapes. Do you tend to carry more weight around your midsection like an apple? Or is it more concentrated in your hips and thighs like a pear?
I think I might be more of an apple, especially after a good meal. Is that bad news?
Well, if you tend to store fat around your belly, there's a higher chance you've got more of that visceral fat we were talking about.
Okay, that makes sense. So if you're an apple shape, that's a bit of a red flag.
It's definitely something to be aware of. And to really drive home why this is so important, let's look at some research from the Mayo Clinic.
All right, hit me with the facts.
Their study found that men with larger waists had a 50% higher mortality risk. And for women, it was even higher, a staggering 80%.
Whoa, that's a huge difference. Okay, I'm definitely paying attention now. But why do some people accumulate more belly fat than others? Is it just bad luck or something?
Well, our sources actually pinpoint 4 key culprits that contribute to belly fat accumulation.
Okay, I'm all ears. Lay it on me.
Stress, diet, gut bacteria, and this one might surprise you how you measure your waist.
Wait, hold up. How you measure your waist? What does that have to do with anything?
It's actually a really simple and effective way to get a sense of how much visceral fat you might be carrying.
Okay, I'm officially intrigued. Tell me more about this magical measurement.
Grab a measuring tape. Go on, I'll wait. Now, wrap it snugly around your bare abdomen right above your hip bones.
Okay, got it. What am I looking for?
For women, if that measurement exceeds 88 centimeters, that's a sign you might be carrying too much visceral fat. For men, the threshold is 102 centimeters.
So it's like a built-in early warning system.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's a free and easy checkup you can do right at home.
I like it. I'm definitely adding that to my to-do list. All right, let's dive into those other culprits you mentioned. Stress, that's a big one these days, right?
It is, and unfortunately, stress has a very direct impact on belly fat.
Uh-oh. In what way?
Well, when you're stressed, your body pumps out a hormone called cortisol. And guess what cortisol loves to do?
I have a bad feeling about this.
It loves to hang out in your abdominal area, encouraging fat storage.
So my stress is literally making me fat. No fair. I knew there had to be a reason for that extra padding around my middle.
And it gets worse. Studies have shown that high cortisol levels actually make you feel hungrier.
Oh no, so it's a double whammy.
It is. High cortisol can lead to cravings for comfort foods, which of course leads to overeating. And get this, it can even break down muscle.
So less muscle, more fat, and constant cravings. That's like a recipe for belly fat disaster.
It's not a great combination. That's why stress management is so crucial. Not just for your mental health, but for your physical health too.
Okay, message received. I need to find some healthy ways to de-stress and fast.
We'll definitely cover some strategies later on in the deep dive.
Yeah.
But for now, let's move on to another major culprit, diet.
All right, hit me with the belly fat villains I need to watch out for.
Well, the usual suspects are trans fats, sugar, and alcohol.
Okay, I had a feeling those were going to come up. But let's break it down, starting with those trans fats. What exactly are they, and why are they so bad for my belly?
Think of trans fats as master manipulators of fat storage. They not only increase inflammation, but can actually transfer fat from other areas of your body straight to your belly.
Wait, so they're like playing a game of fat redistribution, and my belly is the losing team.
Pretty much. And you need to become a label detective because they often hide out as hydrogenated oils.
Okay, got it. Hydrogenated oils avoid at all costs. What about sugar? Surely a little bit of sweetness can't hurt, right?
Well, our source actually uses a pretty vivid example to illustrate the power of sugar when it comes to belly fat.
Oh, I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
There was this American man who decided to drink excessive amounts of Coca-Cola for an entire month.
An entire month? Ouch, that's a lot of sugar. What happened?
Well, the before and after pictures are pretty shocking. He developed a noticeable belly simply from the sugar overload.
Wow. Okay, that's a powerful image. I think I'll stick to water from now on. All right, what about alcohol? I've heard mixed things about its impact on belly fat.
Alcohol, especially beer, can definitely contribute to a growing belly. It's loaded with empty calories. And here's the catch. Your liver prioritizes breaking down alcohol over fat.
So that means those beer calories are more likely to end up, you guessed it, around my waistline.
Exactly. Now, let's move on to another factor you might not expect. Gut bacteria.
Oh yeah, the microbiome. I hear that word everywhere these days. But I'll admit, I'm still a little fuzzy on how it all works.
It's a fascinating field, and we're still learning so much about the intricate world of our gut. But essentially, it boils down to this. Your gut is home to trillions of bacteria, and they play a much bigger role in our overall health than we previously realized.
Okay, so we've got all these little creatures living inside us, impacting our health. That's wild.
And it's not just about weight. These bacteria influence everything from your appetite and immunity to your mood and metabolism.
So these tiny organisms can actually influence how much belly fat I carry. That's incredible.
They can. And research has shown that a lack of diversity in these gut bacteria is linked to, you guessed it, increased belly fat.
Wow, my mind is officially blown. I never realized those microscopic creatures had so much power.
They're a powerful force, that's for sure. And luckily, there are things we can do to help them thrive and work in our favor, not against us. But we'll delve into that a bit later. First, I think I need a water break. All this talk about belly fat is making me thirsty.
Same here. We'll be right back after a quick break to dive into the 5 steps to beat belly fat. Stay tuned. Okay, so we've talked about the belly fat villain stress, those sneaky trans fats, sugar, alcohol, and even the bacteria in our gut playing a role. Now let's shift gears and talk strategy. How do we fight back?
That's where the 5-step framework comes in. It's like our roadmap to reclaiming your health and shrinking that stubborn belly fat.
I am so ready for action. Give me the plan.
Step 1 focuses on making those gut bacteria work for you, not against you. Remember, these little guys have a big impact on your overall health, including how your body stores fat.
Okay, step 1, make my gut work for me. What do I need to do?
The key is to cultivate a diverse gut microbiome, like a thriving ecosystem in your belly. And you can achieve this by eating a fiber-rich Mediterranean-style diet.
So lots of fruits, veggies, whole grains, healthy fats, that kind of thing.
Exactly. And limit the use of antibiotics whenever possible. They can really disrupt the balance of your gut bacteria.
Got it. Antibiotics only when absolutely necessary. What about probiotics? I've heard those can be helpful for gut health.
You've heard right. Probiotics can be a valuable tool for boosting the good bacteria in your gut. And our source actually highlights a particularly fascinating bacteria called Akkermansia mucinifila. This little guy is like the guardian angel of your gut.
Akkermansia mucinifila. That's a mouthful. But it sounds like a real game changer for gut health. Where can I get my hands on some of these superhero bacteria?
Well, Akkermansia probiotics aren't widely available yet, but research shows that taking probiotics containing Lactobacillus rhamnosus and Bifidobacterium animalis can actually increase the presence of Akkermansia in your gut.
So it's like a buy one, get one free deal for gut health.
Yeah!
Sign me up.
And there's even more good news. Studies have shown that these probiotics can lead to significant belly fat loss. Another promising one is Lactobacillus gasseri. That one has also shown impressive results in weight management research.
Wow, all this talk about gut bacteria has been a real eye-opener. I never realized how important they are for overall health, let alone tackling belly fat.
It's a fascinating area of research for sure. The more we learn, the more we understand just how crucial our gut is for our well-being.
Okay, so step 1 down. Gut health is key. What's the next weapon in our belly fat fighting arsenal?
Step 2 focuses on taming that stress monster and lowering your cortisol levels. Remember, when stress becomes chronic, cortisol can really wreak havoc on your body, promoting belly fat storage and making it harder to shed those extra
This
pounds.
is cortisol. I knew stress wasn't doing me any favors, but I didn't realize it had such a direct impact on belly fat. So what's the antidote to this cortisol overload?
Stress management is key, and it doesn't have to be complicated. Even simple things like going for a brisk walk, practicing deep breathing exercises, or spending time in nature can make a big difference in lowering your cortisol level.
I love that. Sometimes the simplest solutions are the most effective. What about meditation? I've tried it before, but I always struggle to clear my mind. Any tips for a meditation newbie?
Guided meditations can be really helpful, especially when you're first starting out. There are tons of apps and online resources available that can guide you through the process. And remember, meditation is a practice. It's not about achieving a perfectly blank mind. It's about gently bringing your attention back to the present moment whenever your mind wanders.
Okay, I'm willing to give it another try. What else can I do to tame this cortisol monster?
Sleep is absolutely crucial. When you're sleep deprived, your cortisol levels go haywire, disrupting your metabolism and increasing those pesky cravings. Aim for 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep each night to keep your cortisol in check and your body functioning optimally.
You know, it's funny. I always notice I'm way more ravenous when I haven't slept well. It's like my body's trying to make up for the lack of energy by demanding more food.
That's exactly what's happening. Sleep deprivation really throws your hormone balance out of whack. It leads to an increased appetite and cravings, especially for those sugary, high-fat comfort foods.
So a good night's sleep is basically a free and effective belly fat fighter. I can definitely get behind that.
Absolutely. Prioritizing sleep is one of the best things you can do for your overall health and well-being, and it's a crucial part of tackling belly fat.
Okay, so we've covered gut health and stress management. What's next on our belly fat busting agenda?
Step 3 focuses on those dietary culprits we talked about earlier. It's time to cut back on refined carbs and sugary drinks.
Oh no, not the carbs. But I love my pasta and bread.
Don't worry, it's not about eliminating all carbs. The focus here is on those refined carbs. The white bread, sugary cereals, and processed snacks that spike your blood sugar and contribute to belly fat storage.
So I can still enjoy my whole grain bread and brown rice.
Absolutely. Those are nutrient-rich carbs that provide fiber and essential vitamins and minerals. It's the sugary drinks that are the real villains here. Soda, juice, even those fancy coffee concoctions loaded with sugar and whipped cream, they can really sabotage your efforts to reduce belly fat.
You're making me rethink my daily latte. I guess it's time to start making some healthier choices.
Even small changes can make a big difference. And here's a little anecdote from our research that might inspire you. Some people have lost significant amounts of weight simply by cutting out beer.
Really? Just by ditching the brews?
Yeah.
That's impressive. Okay, I'm feeling motivated to make some changes. What's next on our belly fat busting journey?
Step 4 is all about amping up your nutrition. We touched on this briefly earlier, but let's delve into the specifics.
I'm all ears. Tell me how to supercharge my diet for belly fat loss.
Protein is your new best friend. It helps build lean muscle, keeps you feeling full and satisfied, and boosts your metabolism.
Bring on the protein. What are the best sources?
Lean meats, fish, eggs, beans, lentils, tofu. There are so many delicious and nutritious options to choose from. Aim to include protein with every meal and snack to keep your energy levels stable and those hunger pangs at bay.
Okay, protein is a priority. What about healthy fats? I used to think all fats were bad, but I'm starting to realize that's not the case.
You're right. Healthy fats are essential for hormone balance, cell function, and overall well-being. Plus, they help you feel satisfied, and they can even help reduce belly fat.
So which fats are on the good list?
Think avocados, olive oil, nuts, seeds, fatty fish like salmon, all delicious and packed with nutrients.
Sounds like I need to start adding more of those good fats to my plate. So protein, healthy fats, and of course, plenty of fruits and vegetables. It sounds like a balanced and delicious way to eat.
It is. And if you're looking for a model to follow, the Mediterranean diet really ticks all the boxes. It's rich in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, healthy fats, and lean protein. And it's been linked to numerous health benefits, including a reduced risk of heart disease and, you guessed it, belly fat.
The Mediterranean diet is definitely having a moment right now. And for good reason. It sounds like a sustainable and enjoyable way to eat for the long haul. Okay, we're on to the final step of our belly fat fighting plan. What's the grand finale in our quest to conquer belly fat?
Step 5 is all about boosting your metabolism and turning your body into a fat-burning machine.
Yes. Let's fire up that metabolic engine. How do we make it happen?
First, let's debunk a common myth. Spot reduction. Doing endless crunches won't magically melt away belly fat.
So all those hours I spent doing sit-ups were in vain.
Not entirely. Core strength is definitely important for posture, stability, and preventing injuries. But when it comes to losing belly fat, it's about the bigger picture. It's about all 5 of these steps we've been discussing. You need a holistic approach that combines diet, stress management, and a balanced exercise routine that includes both cardio and strength training.
Okay, so crunches are great for core strength, but they're not the magic bullet for a flat belly. Got it.
Exactly. Now, when it comes to boosting your metabolism, there are 3 key strategies: aerobic exercise, HIIT, and weight training.
Okay, let's break those down. I'm ready to get moving.
Aerobic exercise is anything that gets your heart rate up and helps you burn calories. Think running, cycling, swimming, activities that get you moving and grooving. Our source suggests that running or cycling might be even more effective than walking for boosting your metabolism.
Interesting. Well, I'm a runner, so that's good news for me.
Now, for those who are short on time but still want to get a killer workout, HIIT, or high-intensity interval training, is a fantastic option.
I heard so much about HIIT. Is it really as effective as they say?
It is. Studies have shown that HII is incredibly effective at burning fat, especially visceral fat. And the best part is, it's super time efficient. You can get a great workout in just 20 minutes.
Okay, sign me up. What exactly does HIIT involve?
It's all about alternating short bursts of high-intensity exercise with brief recovery periods. So you might sprint for 30 seconds, then walk for a minute, and repeat that cycle several times.
I like that it mixes things up and keeps it interesting. Plus, it sounds way more doable than slogging away on the treadmill for an hour.
Exactly. And you can apply this principle to all sorts of exercises. You could do burpees, jumping jacks, mountain climbers. The possibilities are endless.
I'm already feeling more energized just thinking about it. Okay, so we've covered aerobic exercise and HIIT. What about weight training? I'll admit I'm a bit intimidated by the weight room.
I understand. But weight training is incredibly beneficial, especially for reducing belly fat.
Really? I always thought cardio was the key to fat loss.
Cardio is definitely important, but weight training builds muscle, and muscle burns more calories at rest.
So I can continue burning calories even after my workout is over. That's a win-win.
Exactly. And a Harvard study found that men who incorporated just 20 minutes of weight training into their routine gained less belly fat over time than those who only did aerobic exercise.
Okay, I'm officially convinced I need to add some weight training to my routine. Any tips for a beginner like me?
Start with lighter weights and focus on proper form. Don't be afraid to ask for help from a trainer or someone who knows their stuff. And most importantly, be patient. Building muscle takes time and consistency.
Great advice. So we've covered all 5 steps: gut health, stress management, cutting back on refined carbs, boosting nutrition, and ramping up our metabolism. It feels like such a comprehensive and sustainable plan for not only beating belly fat, but for improving overall health.
It is, and the beauty of this approach is that it's not about deprivation or quick fixes. It's about making gradual, lasting changes that will benefit you for years to come.
This has been so insightful. I feel like I have a much deeper understanding of belly fat and what I can do to combat it. But before we move on to the bonus tips, I have to ask, what about those ab exercises? Are they completely useless?
they're not useless. Core strength is important, like we said, for posture, stability, preventing injuries. But if your goal is to lose belly fat, it really comes down to those 5 steps we've been talking about.
Okay, got it. So crunches are great for a strong core, but they're not the magic solution for a flat belly.
Exactly. It's about combining a healthy diet, stress management, and a balanced exercise routine that includes both cardio and strength training.
All right, I'm feeling empowered and ready to take on this belly fat challenge. Bring on those bonus tips.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've covered those 5 main steps to conquer belly fat, but our sources, they actually had even more to offer. They threw in some bonus tips for success, and I'm always up for some extra, nuggets of wisdom.
Oh yeah, these tips are gold. They're all about setting yourself up for lasting change. So not just, starting strong, but actually staying motivated throughout the whole journey.
All right, let's hear them. I'm ready to take notes.
Okay, first up, set realistic goals.
Okay.
Don't try to overhaul your entire life in one go, right? Small, manageable changes, they add up over time. It's like, what's that saying? Rome wasn't built in a day.
Yeah, exactly. You can't just expect to transform your habits overnight.
Exactly. And here's something that might surprise you. Don't obsess over every little slip-up.
Oh, that's hard.
Our sources actually talk about this fascinating thing called the ironic process theory.
Okay, I've never heard of that.
Basically, it means if you try too hard to not think about something, you actually end up thinking about it even more.
Well, that makes so much sense. Like if I tell myself, no chocolate, all I can think about is chocolate.
Exactly. It's like this weird psychological trap. It's much better to allow yourself occasional indulgences. Just always come back to your healthy habits. It's about progress, not perfection.
Yeah, it's all about balance, not deprivation.
Exactly.
All right, what's the next tip for success?
Find your cheer squad.
Oh, I like that.
Get your friends and family involved or join an online community. Get that support and accountability. It really does make a difference.
Oh, I totally agree. It's like having a workout buddy, but for your whole wellness journey. That camaraderie, the support can make all the difference.
Huge difference, yeah. And here's a fun one. Celebrate those victories, both big and small.
Ooh, celebrations, I like it.
Every time you hit a milestone, no matter how small, give yourself a pat on the back.
So what kind of celebrations?
Anything that feels rewarding to you. It could be like a relaxing bath, a new book, a fun outing with friends, or even just taking a few moments to, appreciate how far you've come. Just acknowledging that progress, reinforcing those positive habits.
Yeah, love it. Simple but effective.
Exactly.
Right. What's the final bonus tip for success?
Okay, this is the most important one of all. Remember why you're doing this. It's not just about fitting into smaller jeans, right? It's about feeling healthy, having more energy, and lowering your risk of those serious health problems. It's about taking care of yourself from the inside out.
Oh, that is so true. It's easy to get wrapped up in how we look and forget the bigger picture. This is about so much more than aesthetics. It's about investing in our health, our well-being for the long haul.
For the long haul. And don't underestimate the power of even small changes. A little bit of belly fat loss can actually have a significant impact on your overall health.
Wow, this deep dive has been incredible. We've gone from, uncovering those hidden dangers of visceral fat to exploring the 5 steps to actually beat it. And now we've got these bonus tips to help us stay on track. I feel empowered to make a real difference. I really do.
That's fantastic to hear. And remember, this is just the beginning. The real magic happens when you take what we've talked about today and actually put it into action.
So true. Time to walk the walk, right?
Yeah.
Not just talk the talk. So what's one small step that I can take today to get started?
That's up to you. It could be swapping out that sugary drink for a glass of water, or trying a short meditation, maybe adding an extra serving of veggies to your dinner. It doesn't have to be huge, just, a step in the right direction.
You've given me a lot to think about, that's for sure. I'm feeling motivated and ready to make some changes.
That's what it's all about. And remember, this is a journey, not a race, right? Be patient with yourself, celebrate those wins, and enjoy the process of becoming a healthier, happier you.
I love that. And that's a wrap on this deep dive into complete wellness. I think we covered a lot of ground today, but the journey doesn't end here. Remember those 5 key steps, embrace those bonus tips, and just, keep moving forward on your path to a healthier, more vibrant you.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deeper into the things that matter most.